So you've been scrolling through Amazon, reading review after review, and you're still confused about which CarPlay AI box actually works. Here's the thing. I've analyzed expert testing data from reviewers who have put over 24 different AI boxes through real-world performance tests, measuring everything from boot-up times to video sync delays. The results might surprise you because the most expensive option isn't always the best. In this video, I'm breaking down the top 6 CarPlay AI box adapters for 2026, so you can finally stop guessing and start driving smarter. Links to all these products are in the description below. Let's kick things off with the CarlinKit R2, and honestly, this one caught a lot of experts off guard. This AI box runs on Android 13 with a Qualcomm 6225 processor and an Adreno 610 GPU. Now here's where it gets interesting. It only comes with 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of storage, which is literally half of what most competitors offer. You'd think that would hurt performance, right? Wrong. According to testing from CarPlay Life, the R2 actually scored as the fastest 62225 AI box they've ever tested in benchmark scores. Boot-up times match AI boxes with twice the RAM, and app launching speeds stay right in the middle of the pack. CarlinKit clearly did some serious software optimization here. The price point is what really makes this thing stand out. At around $109 direct from CarlinKit, it comes in about $100 less than its closest competitor and around $240 less than the Ottocast Nano with similar specs. For everyday use, YouTube runs smooth with an average audio-video sync delay of about +92 milliseconds, which is well within acceptable range. Netflix works great, and you can game with a Bluetooth controller without major issues. The downsides? Wireless CarPlay and Android Auto quality isn't as sharp as a dedicated adapter, and some games have audio glitches that require a workaround. But for the price, this thing is hard to beat if you want video streaming and light entertainment without spending big money. Coming in at number 5, we have the Ottocast P3, one of the more established names in the AI box game. This runs on Android 12 with Ottocast's AutoDrive 2.0 interface. Inside, you're getting a Qualcomm Snapdragon 665 processor with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage. One of the biggest selling points is Cloud SIM connectivity. You can get an internet plan through Ottocast's app, and the P3 stays online automatically without a physical SIM card. It also gives you full HD HDMI output for rear seat monitors and an SD card slot supporting up to 256 GB. User reviews from Honda CR-V and other vehicle owners report solid performance after firmware updates. However, CarPlay Life's testing noted disappointments compared to older P2 models. Wireless CarPlay had lower visual quality, boot times were longer, and some benchmark scores actually dropped. At around $200 to $250, you're paying a premium for connectivity options. If Cloud SIM and HDMI output matter, it makes sense. Otherwise, keep reading. At number 4, the Linkafun GT6 Pro grabbed attention for doing something most AI boxes ignore, actually caring about user experience. This runs Android 13 with a Qualcomm 6125 processor, 8 GB RAM, and 128 GB storage. What really sets it apart is the I/O options. You get HDMI input and output, USB-A port for thumb drives, TF card slot, and even customizable RGB ambient lighting on top. Experts at CarPlay Life specifically called out the GT6 Pro for having the best stock launcher of any AI box they tested. The interface has smart shortcuts, widget support, and an overall design that feels like someone actually thought about how people use these devices while driving. App launch times came in near the top of tested units, and boot-up averages around 35 seconds, which is standard for this class. The HDMI input feature is unique because you can connect external devices and switch between sources, something most boxes don't offer. Now for the real talk, wireless CarPlay suffered from low frame rates compared to dedicated adapters, and audio delay for calls and music hit around 2 to 3 seconds, which is noticeable. Android Auto had even more issues with blurry upscaling due to DPI settings. The GT6 Pro runs around $200 with coupon codes and includes a free 64 GB TF card. If you care about having a polished interface and want those HDMI input options for connecting other devices, this is your pick. Just temper expectations on the wireless CarPlay side. At number 3, the Ottocast Nano is trying something completely different. And whether that works for you depends on how much you love new tech. This unit runs Android 13 with a Qualcomm 62225 processor, 8GB RAM, and 128GB storage. The headline feature is a 1.83-inch animated display showing an AI assistant with different expressions and reactions. The Nano integrates ChatGPT 4.0 functionality, so you can say, "Hey GPT," and have actual conversations while driving. It handles music control, navigation requests, and real-time information. A separate local assistant triggered by Hey Nano handles system commands like toggling Wi-Fi. CloudSIM 3.0 provides built-in 4G connectivity with data plans through the Ottocast app. A 1GB free trial lets you test before committing. Performance-wise, video playback is smooth and app launches are quick. However, Android Auto has issues with blurry visuals and lag, and 3D gaming shows input delay. At $309.99, you're paying extra for that AI display and ChatGPT integration. If hands-free AI control appeals to you, the Nano is unique. If you just want solid streaming and CarPlay, your money goes further elsewhere. Coming in strong at number 2, the Brux R6 disrupted the entire AI box market by focusing on what most people actually want: perfect video playback. This box runs Android 13 with a Qualcomm 62225 8-core processor at 6nm 8GB RAM and 128GB storage expandable to 256GB. The build quality is premium with tempered glass on top and aerospace-grade aluminum for the body. It looks good and stays cool. Here's why experts love this one. The R6 had the lowest and most consistent audio-video sync delays in YouTube testing. While other 62225-based boxes struggle with a common video lag bug, the Brux R6 doesn't have this issue. Netflix streams smoothly, Spotify works great, and the overall media playback experience is exactly what you want from a device like this. CarPlay Life specifically named the Brux R6 as their most recommended AI box overall after testing 24 different units. It placed second only to the more expensive Exploder Rocket in their point-based ranking system, but offered much better value. Wireless CarPlay connected in about 7 seconds, and Android Auto in 10 seconds, both solid times. The R6 also supports screen mirroring from your phone, which is unique among top competitors. The drawbacks? Some audio glitches occur in games, and mirroring works better on iPhone than Android. The launcher interface came in second place to the LinkyFun GT6 Pro, at around $199 to $210 for the 8GB model with available coupon codes. The R6 hits that sweet spot of excellent performance without premium pricing. If video streaming and media playback are your priority, this is the one to get. Taking the top spot, the Exploder Apple Pi Rocket is simply the most powerful AI box you can buy, period. This beast runs Android 13 with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 6490 processor running at 2.7 GHz. That's 3.5 times more single-core computing power than the common 6125 chipset found in most competitors. You also get 8GB RAM, 128GB storage, Wi-Fi 6E support, HDMI output, and the ability to display different apps on your CarPlay screen versus an external HDMI display simultaneously. In expert testing, the Rocket dominated every benchmark. It had the fastest boot times, quickest app launches, and highest GPU and CPU scores of any AI box tested. When you throw demanding apps or games at it, the 6490 chip just handles everything without hesitation. The Rocket paired into wireless CarPlay and Android Auto faster than any competitor in the top 5. For users who want an AI box that can tackle literally anything, including heavier games and multitasking, this is your answer. Now the caveats. At around $390, this is the most expensive option on this list by a significant margin. The launcher is more basic compared to the LinkyFun GT6 Pro, and connecting to wireless CarPlay and Android Auto can be somewhat inconsistent. Some features like the dual display mode feel unfinished and need more software polish. The Exploder Apple Pi Rocket is for enthusiasts who want maximum performance and are willing to pay for it. If you're looking for pure speed and the ability to handle whatever you throw at it, this is the undisputed champion. And there you have it, the top 6 CarPlay AI box adapters heading into 2026. Quick recap, the CarlinKit R2 wins on value, the Brux R6 is the sweet spot for most people wanting great video streaming, and the Exploder rocket is for those who demand maximum power. Remember, your car needs to have wired Apple CarPlay for these to work. Now, if you only have wired Android Auto, your options are more limited, so check that before you buy. All product links are down in the description. If this helped you make a decision, hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth tech breakdowns. See you in the next one.